As you can see from this diagram, Wyoming is tied with Montana for worst drunk driving fatalities over an 11-year period. As you can see from this diagram, Wyoming is one of the states with the highest percentage of teen drunk drivers in the United States. One particular place in Wyoming that we're going to take a look at is Teton County. They have the highest rates of drunk driving in the state of Wyoming. Here are some statistics about Teton County. 33% of 12th graders say they binge drink. 55% of 12th graders say they've used alcohol in the last 30 days. 86% of 12th graders say they've been to an event with drunk adults. 88% of all arrests are alcohol related. And 48% of all arrests in Teton County are DUIs. Some of the laws in Teton regarding DUIs include the following. The first time you receive a DUI, you'll receive a 6-month suspension of your driver's license, a fine up to $750, and up to 6 months in jail. The second time you receive a DUI, within 5 years of your first DUI, you'll receive a 1-year suspension of your driver's license, a fine up to $750, 7 days to 6 months in jail, and you may be asked to take a substance abuse test at your own expense. And the third time you receive a DUI, within 5 years of your second DUI, you'll receive a 3-year suspension of your driver's license, you will spend 1 to 6 months in jail, you will be fined from $750 to $3,000, and you will receive a substance abuse test at your own expense. And for the second time, you might be asked to put in a breathalyzer for your car at your own expense. And the third time, you will be required to put a breathalyzer in your car for at least 2 years at your own expense. In my opinion, one way to solve this problem is to increase the fine to at least $750 for just the first time and keep bumping it up each time you go, and to also increase the jail time to at least 6 months the first time and keep getting longer jail times as you keep going for how many DUIs the person has been convicted of. I feel like we would have safer roads because the criminals would be in jail, and also people would drunk drive less because the consequences would be more severe. This is a breathalyzer, or also known as an ignition lock. The person operating the motor vehicle has to breathe into this in order for the car to start. A few solutions to the problem of drunk driving are impounding cars, adding breathalyzers to cars, having higher fines for people with DUIs, having a special DUI court, enforcing designated drivers, and enforcing seatbelts. Here's some more information on the solutions that I proposed. For impounding cars, if we take away a person's car after they've been charged with a DUI, they can't drive anymore. So the risk of them being a multiple offender of a DUI becomes very low, because if they've already had to pay a fine for a DUI, they're not going to be able to go get their car or go get another car. It'd be very hard for them to get another DUI. Another idea that I proposed was breathalyzers, and we could put breathalyzers in not only the cars of people who have DUIs, but in every car, because if we can stop people from using cars when they're drunk, why shouldn't we? You're not taking away anyone's rights. It's already law that drunk driving is illegal, so we should be allowed to make sure that people can't drunk drive. Another idea is having higher fines for people with DUI, so that once they get a DUI, they have to pay more money. And then people who don't have DUIs or are thinking about getting in a car when they're drunk will think about that higher fine and hopefully will realize that it's not worth it. Another one that I proposed was DUI court, which is just special courts for people with multiple DUIs, and when they're in those courts, they focus on how to solve the problem, what to do from here, how to stop the person from having another DUI. And the last idea that I proposed was enforcing seatbelts. And what I think we could do with that is make sure that the car won't start without having your seatbelt on, because if we can't enforce people to not drive drunk, we can at least stop bad accidents from happening. And, if an accident does happen, the person hopefully won't die because they've been wearing their seatbelt. Finally, I think another thing that we can do to stop drunk driving from happening is to talk about drunk driving more in high school and maybe even middle school. Because especially in Teton County, we see a lot of teenagers who are drunk driving, and bad habits form when we're younger. So if we can stop teens from driving drunk, we can hopefully stop adults from driving drunk, because eventually teens turn into adults, obviously. So if we can stop drunk driving at its roots, we should be good. Thank you for watching.